Hey guys, welcome back here to my channel and to the showcase results video from the September Diorama challenge, where Mr. Unit built these powered coasters which were inspired by Max and Moritz from Efteling, and you guys came through with some amazing maps this month. If I sound funny, it's because I have a cold, and also I'm very sorry that this video is out online later than normal, but I'm trying to get it done as quick as I can. I've just been very busy. But thank you to everybody who participated. There's some great maps. I'm going to get into them just in a second, and also at the end of the video you can check out the challenge for next month, which is currently this month, October, which is vanilla only month, and also I'll show you what I built with last month's challenge. So let's get into the entries in no particular order. First up here we have World of Moonglow by Pure Essence. Some of you may know him as Pure, as he has entered before with a different name. Yeah, this map got some nice colours here. I like the purple bouncing off the green, that's very nice. Also with the queue line. I do think it lacks a little bit of detail here and there could have been a little bit more to it. But nice that you covered up the depot, etc. This map is quite nice at night time. We have some nice glowing firefly lights, that kind of thing. So I'll just show you that now. So we've got some nice kind of, there's not too much lighting going on, we've got a little bit, but I think the fireflies are a nice touch and definitely add to that kind of moon glow kind of thing that you were going for. Maybe some more buildings and some more theming would have been nice in this one to really finish up the theme that you were going for, but I really appreciate you taking part and building a map and sending that one in to me. Next up here we have Chernobyl Disaster. Again, this map lacked a little bit of detail for me and the buildings are quite blocky. I would like to have seen some different kind of shapes, different kind of heights in the building. They're just very square. And also if you look at Chernobyl online, there are some really interesting kind of industrial looking buildings that have some great support work, and there's that whole sliding roof thing that they have to cover it up. So that would have been cool to see, but a nice effort, and thank you very much for sending that one in to me as well. Next up here we have a Mystic Jungle. This one again was quite good, it lacked a little bit of detail for me, and also I'm just not a fan of the red kind of temple color, which I think is the preset color for those pieces in game. So maybe those being like a different shade would have been quite nice, or maybe in a gradient, getting lighter or darker towards the top. But I like all the foliage work, it's really nice. I like that you did the drop tower themed as a tree with the foliage on top of it there as well. A nice effort. For me, it could have been a little bit more darker in places, just to kind of play on that mystic idea. But a great effort, and again, thank you for sending that one in to me. Next up here we have London's Flying Trolleys by Florian Plack, and this one is such an original idea. I've never seen this before. He actually made the track invisible and had these trolleys flying around, which would have been London. I do believe this map is unfinished, but I like the direction that it was going in. Definitely a really cool idea. I think maybe you should actually finish this one, even though the month is finished. It's such a cool idea. I think you should carry on with it, to be honest. But it's really cool. I do like the station building as well. Definitely got that kind of King's Cross style station going on there. So yeah, a really cool concept. Just a shame it's not finished. Next up here we have a McDonald's themed map, not sponsored, and this is, I think it's kind of creepy. It's really scary. That like clown mouth and everything is horrifying. I don't know if this is meant to be like a horror map, but yeah, really cool. Definitely got some really cool little nods there to McDonald's, of course. I like that you made the building over the depot like a Happy Meal box. That's a really cool little touch there. I think the map doesn't have the best flow in the world. Some of the things are a little bit randomly placed around the map, but it's kind of cool. I like the idea, I like the concept. Again, something that I haven't seen before, and that clown, it just reminds me of It, you know, and it's just really, it's really freaky. I don't know if it was meant to be scary, but it's definitely really creepy, so you nailed that on the head. But yeah, here's a nighttime look for you as well. Next up here, onto Voodoo Nights by 999 Ghosts. This is a cool little colourful map, kind of giving you Mardi Gras type thing. We have like a promenade in the front there with a really cool facade, and then the coaster actually leaves the station and goes into this area behind the buildings, which maybe would be enclosed. I'm not really sure if that would be enclosed or not, but it's definitely given that kind of vibe that it would be like an indoor coaster behind the facade there. But yeah, really cool colours here. I love the purples and the greens and the yellows, really bounce off each other, really cool. And as well at night time, those colourful areas are very nicely lit. It's very nice at night time to see some good lighting like this. Definitely adds an atmosphere to your map, and this one definitely helps with your theme. Yeah, a really good effort. Again, a little bit random in places, and I felt like some things were a bit randomly placed, but altogether it was a solid idea, and thanks for sending it in. Next up here we have Candy Mania by Cool Coaster Gaming. This is a really cool map, I really like it. I do find the entire map just to be a little bit grid based and blocky, but I do think all the buildings are highly detailed and everything is really nicely done. The colours as well are great, they really bounce off each other. I like the pink water as well to kind of give it that fantasy kind of feel. That's really cool to see. I've seen candy themes very often over the last year and a half or 2 years that I've been doing this challenge. So seeing a candy theme is nothing new for me. This one is lacking some candy in places, I guess, but I do like the use of candy pieces within the buildings and everything for details. That's really cool, and I think overall it's a very nice, pleasing map to look at. It's very colourful. I like that very, very much. So now let's get a little look at nighttime. Very nicely lit, this map. It's very, very nice. Lots of bright coloured areas in there to play off the bright colours that were already in the map anyway. So yeah, great solid entry from you. I really enjoyed looking at it. Thanks for sending that one in to me. So now into the second candy themed map. This is Confectionary Delights Factory. This one is very, very busy. There's a lot going on. We've got some really nice, lovely, bright colors going on throughout this map as well. I really like the gumball machine that you've made there on top of the, it's near the station. So that's really, really cool. There's just a lot going on. I'm not really sure where to look at. And I do feel like a little bit of the focus from the coaster has been pulled away. But yeah, it's very nice, very colorful, and you definitely nailed the candy theme on the head. Just like I said just previously, I have seen the candy theme done quite a lot in the past, so it's not really something new for me to look at, but you definitely did it justice. You did a really great job, and I can definitely see that you've done a candy theme, so that's really cool. Now let's just take a quick look at nighttime. So we've got some quite standard lighting here. We've got the path areas lit up, etc. But yeah, great solid map. Thank you for sending that one in to me as well. Next up here we have Alien Mines. Unfortunately this map was unfinished, but I really, really love the direction that it was going in. We've got some really cool colours here at night time. We've got the firework triggers and stuff, which are really cool, and also really love the support work with all the wooden beams and stuff holding up that track as if it would be in the mines with the crashed UFO. So the areas that were complete were really, really nice. I just wish it was finished because it would have been a really, really good map. As you can see here, just that top left corner was done, and we had the rest of the map to be completed. But yeah, a great solid try. I guess you ran out of time or something, but yeah, I really love the direction that it was going in. There's some really cool theming in there, some cool triggers and interactions. So now into the second UFO themed map. This is UFO Takeover, and yeah, a great another little map here. I think the foliage work on this map is really superb. I really like it. It looks very realistic, very overgrown, and all those green trees look really, really great together. The UFOs as well are really cool with those little effects coming out of the bottom of them. I just feel like the UFO theme could have been pushed a lot further in this map. It was cool what you did, but I think you could have done more. The buildings are cool with the little kind of spinny radar dish on there as well. I think more of the sci-fi buildings as well dotted around would have been quite cool. But I do like what you did. I think it flows very nicely. The river going through it as well is a nice touch. And all those little UFOs that you did also are really, really cool. We've got a nice covered up depot there. And again, like I said, great foliage. Yeah, it's really cool. Let's just take a little look now at nighttime. Got some quite nice basic lighting going on here. The greens from the UFOs are cool. I think more lighting would have been cool, some like searchlights or something from the UFO, but I really like the concept, so well done. Next up here we have a map called Brick, and this is an industrial themed map. It's really nice. I love how the coaster is weaving in and out of all these kind of rustic buildings and all the trees and everything. It's a really nice touch. We've got some nice areas. I really love this crane here in the middle made out of pieces. I think that's a lovely touch, and it fits really nicely in the position that it is in. Also with the water going around there as well is really nice. We've got some nice kind of flowing trigger effects on there as well, or just effects, sorry. And also got all the steam coming out of this factory building here. Just gives it that little bit more animation, tells more of a story, and that's something that I really, really like to see. Here's a little overview of the entire map. Great solid build. I do wish the depot was covered better. I feel like you could have made like another factory or something in the corner. The depot is hidden quite nicely from the paths, but I think if the depot was kind of more covered over the top, just think that yellow roof really stands out compared to the rest of the map. But it's a great solid build. Now let's just get a quick look here at nighttime. Again, very basic lighting, but it's nice to see that you've lit up all those nice path areas, and also some of the areas in the middle where the coaster kind of goes around near the water as well has all been nicely lit up. So that's very, very nice. I really enjoyed this map as well. Again, a great entry, and thank you for sending that one in to me. And next up here we have Okie Dokie Land, and this map was a really pleasure to look at. I have to give a shout out as well, Mr. Unit agreed with me that the shape people in this map are really well done. They've like all been made out of these little tiny shapes, and they're all in these nice positions, like a woman being proposed to and all that kind of thing. They're dotted around the map. And they're just really cool, so that's nice. I also really like the support work on this coaster with all the little custom footers that have been made with all the bolts on them as well, so I have to give this map the award for the best support work. I just think it was a really nice detail and it really added to the entire map. The color scheme of this map as well, we got nice pastel colors kind of going throughout, giving it this very kind of fantasy-like feel, and it's definitely a type of like theme you would find at like a European theme park, maybe like Efteling. But it's a very whimsical map. Here's just a little look now at nighttime. Just some nice colours going on there. Got some nice purples and just some normal lighting there on the path areas and some of the buildings. But yeah, a great entry. Definitely a unique idea. Something that I haven't seen before. And I really enjoyed looking around it. Next up here we have Kraken by Safety Last. And this is a fantastic map. A great idea. The only criticism that I have with it is that the whole thing was very grey, so some of the details blend into the other greyness of the map, so you lose them a little bit. But there are some really fantastic props in this map. There is a shipwreck that's two halves of a broken up ship, which have been made out of pieces, and it's impeccable, like really amazing. Also the Kraken arms coming out of the floor as well are really cool. I think this is like a frozen up seabed or something. But I really like the idea. I have seen Kraken stuff before, of course, but this is definitely like a new take or like a new angle of it, and I really like how you've done it. I like the terrain work as well, the way it kind of is not even, it's all, you know, like a real seabed kind of thing with all those nice ice patches and snow. I just feel like a pop of colour in there would have been quite nice. Maybe like the Kraken arms could have been a different colour, maybe some blue ice or something as well. But here's a look at nighttime as well. So it's a nice, really nice bright white lighting there, really highlights all those icy areas and the two halves of the shipwreck. But I really enjoyed looking at this map, a real great job, well done. So me and Mr. Unit actually discussed some of the maps, and there was a handful of maps that were equally just as good, and this is one of them. This is by Payne, and I personally think this map is really well done. It's very charming. I love all the different props there, and the rock work is great. I love the way the water flows through there with that log cabin, looks great as well. It's just a really pretty map. It's been very nicely placed and put together. Nothing feels out of place or random, which I really like with the map. It's got a really great flow to it, and it's just got a really charming feel. Again, one of those type of maps that or type of themes that you would find like a more family orientated theme park in Europe somewhere in Holland or something, you know. It's definitely giving me that kind of vibe. I really like it. Here's a look at nighttime as well. Just got some nice glows going on there. But yeah, I really love this map. There's something about it that I think is really charming, and it's been really well put together and constructed. So well done. So next up, the man himself, Mr. Unit 64. I literally couldn't do this monthly challenge without him. In the beginning, I was doing it all by myself, and I don't know how I did it. It's just so much work to be done, and you know, Mr. Unit really helps me out with everything, and I cannot thank him enough. So thank you. And this is his map, and basically he designed the coasters. Obviously he can't win this month, but what he did was did a recreation of Max and Moritz, which are the two powered coasters which can be found at Efteling in the Netherlands, and he just nailed it on the head. I mean, it's really amazing. I have been to Efteling, but unfortunately I haven't been on these coasters because I went when Bob was still there, the Bob Barn, which is this was the replacement for that. But I do know the coaster. I've seen pictures and things on YouTube about it, and you've nailed it on the head. This recreation is very accurate. It looks very realistic, and again, it's just another impeccable build from you. And a big shout out to you for always filming all the entries each month, because your spec on your computer is much better than mine. So everybody, just say thank you to Mr. Unit for me, and yeah, a great entry as well. Next up here we have Snail Races by Solric, and this was another map for me that was just on par with some of the other maps. This is just as good as Payne's, Astrotrons as well. Like, it's really great. Absolutely love it. The theme as well obviously is snails, and I just think it's so charming. It's definitely something that you would find at a real theme park in Europe again, and it just works so well, especially because this is a family coaster and you really chose a nice kind of family theme. Snails aren't so fast, this coaster isn't fast either, and it just went nicely together. Again, the map has a really great flow to it. I love the whole thing, how it's been put together. It's been very carefully constructed and thought out, and I can kind of see that a lot of thought went into the positioning of all the things, all the snails and the props, and the foliage is great as well. I really love it. It's a really great job, well done. Here's a look now at nighttime. Got some lovely lighting going on here, some nice like purpley lilac colors going on there, some nice warm lighting as well in some areas. It's very pretty, and I really enjoyed looking around this one. Next up here we have the Heart of Pearl, and this map, there's no question about it, it's phenomenal. It's really amazing to look at. Me and Mr. Unit discussed it, and we both felt kind of the same, that the map was more of like an art piece. It was like something you should see in an art gallery rather than like a theme park diorama. And I mean, there's no wrong and right way to do a diorama, but this one had so much detail and attention to the style and the artwork that we felt like it pulled away the focus from the actual coaster. And so yeah, we kind of just felt like it wasn't really about the coaster anymore, which is what this challenge was about. But there's some really awesome things going on here, the theming and the color work. I do want to give this map the award for the best lighting, because I think it has such pretty lighting. The purples and the fireflies and that nice glow really gives it a really nice charm at nighttime. Here's a little look for you, like in the 360 view. As you can see, there's a lot going on. We've got fish flying in the air and the colors are fantastic. It's really well put together. So thank you for sending that one in to me. So in at third place here, we have Deep Sea Discovery by Astrotron. Me and Mr. Unit felt like this map was just really solid, really well put together. It flowed nicely, it was very charming, and all the buildings and everything just looked really great. So to quote Mr. Unit, he said that the park feels very immersive, it's very complete, and he pretty much went all out on this one, and it really shows. There's a really cool combination of bright colors with the ocean theme. It was a fantastic idea, and it fits the coaster very well, and I couldn't agree more. I really love the kind of indoor aspect to this map as well, which makes you feel like this could be like in a real indoor theme park somewhere. And the little ship there in the corner with the submarine and stuff is really cool. It's a really nice idea as well to kind of cover up the entrance into the map. But I really like it. I think it's really pretty. Here's a view for you now in 360, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the whole kind of indoor aspect. So if you would imagine that this would be completely covered up in a building, in an indoor theme park, something like Nickelodeon, Universal, something, you could definitely imagine this being like a real thing. I think it's been done really well. I love it. I can't really say anything more about it. It's just another great solid build from Astrotron. Never disappoints. His builds are always really amazing, really solid. So here's a quick look at nighttime as well. We have some nice lighting going on here, some nice glowing up areas. The pathwork is all lit up as well. We've got some nice glows going on there. I also really love the backdrop walls, by the way, on the exterior walls. I think that's really nice as well. It gives it that underwater feel. Again, I can't fault your builds. Thank you for taking part and showing everybody, you know, what can be done with this game. And I can't wait to see what you do next. So in here at second place, we have a map by Robo Flamingo. This is Abraxia, Chaos and Corruption, and this is a fantastic horror themed map. If you're familiar with some of Robo's other builds, he's done some horror themes in the past as well, and he's very good at it. This is no exception. We've got some really cool gory stuff going on here. I love the color work as well. So just to quote Mr. Unit here, Abraxia, the park is visually pleasing to look at, and it's always very creative, which I couldn't agree more. Robo's builds are always so creative. The buildings are very detailed, but the shape of the buildings could have been a bit more exciting instead of square, and I somewhat agree with him as well. To be honest though, the whole map as a whole was so good that I wasn't too bothered by the blocky buildings, but the surrounding areas of this park are what really set it apart, and the monster in the middle feels very real, and the whole kind of coaster feels very immersive. I agree as well. The spinning coaster cars that you put on the track as well were a really neat idea. I think that was something that no one else did really, was kind of put like a different type of, you know, you made this a spinning coaster, which it wasn't. Other people used like mine trains and stuff, which was cool, but it was cool to add the spinning coasters. That was a nice idea. Yeah, just in general, a really cool map. Really nice colors, the reds and the purples against those dark grays buildings and stuff look really cool, and just a really like solid theme that's been done very well. Here's a look at nighttime. Some fantastic color work. Again, Robo's not let me down with the colors and stuff, so we've got some really cool purples, blues and reds there at night time with the fire flames coming out. It looks really, really cool. Can't wait to see what you do next month as well. It is October, so maybe you're going to do a Halloween themed map, I don't know, but can't wait to see it. So in at first place, we have Super Nintendo World by Luke, and this map is so charming. I absolutely love it, and this is the best Nintendo / Mario themed park I've ever seen. I beg you to go and download this on Steam and really take a closer look at some of the details and the theming that's been done, because it's really amazing. And if you're familiar with the Nintendo World or the Mario World at Universal Studios Japan, then this will be quite familiar to you as well. So to quote Mr. Unit, he said, Super Nintendo World, incredibly detailed build, and his building style makes for incredibly realistic buildings. The way he worked out the Mario theme fits the diorama, and the theme incorporates the coasters very well. I absolutely agree. One coaster is with minecarts, and the other coaster is with Mario Karts, and the way they kind of go off into the immersive Nintendo theme is really, really amazing. He said what makes this especially impressive is the way he managed to give the two coasters two different themes, which is what I just said. And he finishes up by saying the park is so good, it's just a shame that so much is covered with roofs and roof tiles. And now I somewhat agree, I do feel like there is a lot covered up there, but if you look at Nintendo World at Universal Japan, it's very similar and it's kind of giving me the same vibe, so I think it's totally okay. And half of the coasters would be a dark ride, so you have to think there would be scenes and things inside these buildings, but all the open areas that you can see theming and stuff have been done to the best detail, and it's just really, really amazing. So here's my version. This is a Jurassic World Breakout, and at the time of building this, I was actually rewatching all of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and I was really inspired, and I wanted to do something Jurassic World themed, and so I went ahead and built this, which is Jurassic World Breakout, and basically you are inside the laboratory where the dinosaurs are made, and then the dinosaurs are basically escaping, breaking out, that kind of thing, and you have to try and escape the laboratory. So that was my idea. I just really wanted to play with the idea of doing a dark ride and having some scenes and things, because it's something I'm not very good at, so I just wanted to practice that a little bit. And then this whole map came together with the Jurassic World theme, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. There are some little details in there that you can't quite see from this quick little clip, like I built a little gyrosphere, and we have the back of the laboratory is quite cool. We have some cool scenes in there that you could take another look at if you were to download the map on Steam. But yeah, this was my map, my idea that I put together, and I think it worked out quite well. Again, kind of similar to Luke's map, there's a lot of roofs in my map that cover up a lot, so there's not really too much to see. But I hope you guys liked it. If you want to see me build this, you can just go to my YouTube channel, and I think there's 4 parts of me doing the construction for this map and how I kind of put it all together, so you can check that out if you want to. So here is the challenge for October. The details are below in the description box, the download link from Steam, and also the submission form to submit your entry. This month is a special month because it's going to be vanilla only. So that means you can only use the standard game and the 2 DLCs. You can't use any mods, no Construction Anarchy, and no Freedom 2K, which makes it very difficult. I'm having a very rough time trying to build something right now, but enjoy it. It's going to be really interesting to see how people get creative. All the rules and everything are in the description on Steam, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. A big shout out to my patrons as well for supporting me, even when I'm busy and I'm not posting as much on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. And a big shout out to Mr. Unit for helping me with this video. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.